All right, so we're going back through the drums here, and I'm just going to give you a full rundown of exactly what's happening with all the plugins that I have, and yeah, that's what we're going to do. I'm going to start from the drum solo and solo the drums and kind of just, keep running this back and forth, and you guys can tell me what you think. So, for listening right off the rip with the kick, super simple Oxford limiter, or excuse me, Oxford drum gate, and you're going to see this like within this template in general. Really, really simple in what it's doing. I mean, it's exactly says what it's doing. It's a gate, but with the gate, the best part about this is that it's taking out all the extra that's happening snare wise, tom wise. So I'm just kind of giving an example of that. So here's with the gate on. Here's with it bypassed. I mean, obviously you can hear all the stuff that's happening there. Best part about this plugin, I personally think, is the detection thing that's on here. You literally just set the threshold. You can set it to kick, knows where it's like hitting specifically. You can set the decay, onto where it's hitting hertz wise. Sorry, that's getting a little annoying. And then you can set your level on how you actually want the loudest target essentially to hit. But great plugin. I think it's totally worth it. Pro G is great as well. I just think this one's very dialed in specifically for drums. Obviously, being the Oxford drum gate from 20 hertz to 2000 hertz, it's just a great plugin. I could not speak highly enough of it. Next, within the kick, again, Pro Q3. Another thing that you're going to see a lot within here. Just really taking out, a lot of the high-end information that's coming in. I'm taking out around 74 just to have the bass pop a little bit more. Really the only reason why I have that. And then if I'm combining all of the kicks here, so kick in, kick trigger, kick out, and then shaping them within the EQs that they have going. I've already printed the kick trigger here, so you're not going to be able to see exactly what I did within that, but these are the three that are soloed. It punches, it gives enough depth. I love the kick trigger that we have in here. Again, just beefy, low end information cutting through. The kick out, really punchy top end. And again, you can see even with that on the kick out, look at how Cory and I ended up, still dialing a lot that out, but it still has just such a punch in it. And we used to not really use the kick out much, but I started bringing it in because it felt really nice, honestly. Oxford drum gate on it still. And then we have the Valhalla, or not Valhalla, excuse me, the Wolf compressor that is in here. So again, main three plugins that you're going to see on almost everything that I have within the kick, the snare, and the toms are going to be the Oxford limiter or the Oxford drum gate, Pro Q3, and then the Wolf compressor. And really with the Wolf compressor, punch and crunch setting, is a great setting on here. Dialing down the Wolf percentage. If we kind of go into just hearing what the kick is soloed like on the kick in. If I bring this Wolf percentage all the way up to 100, I mean, you can hear it's just like, and even same with bringing the compression up to 100, it just sounds muddy and it doesn't sound great. So just balancing that in really, really helps out Now it has the punch without all the other information that was happening. And that's the reason why I really love the Wolf compressor as far as on drums. It's amazing. Going into the snares, again, really simple with, I'm also really bad at Pro Tools. I'm mainly a Logic guy. So if you're watching me on the screen and you're like, what is he doing? Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing at the time. I just know how to edit and mix the plugins, okay? Give me a break. But going into here, you can see that snare top, 2 triggers, and snare bottom. We use triggers, okay? It just happens. That's, yeah, I can't help it. That was a Cory Wong impression. So again, what we're talking about in this, I already have the triggers committed, so I don't have the processing on here. I see that I have like an EQ on this because I was dialing down the low or the high end. This actually might have been Cory after I sent it off to him. He might have dialed it a little bit more. And then snare top is just doing again Oxford drum gate, Pro Q3, and the Wolf compressor. A little bit more compression on the main snare top that we have, and it hitting at 30%. And then going back to Pro Q3, again, with, as you noticed on the kick in, there are a lot of points within this EQ. I mean, this is just from years of us like dialing in the sounds from different shows, and sometimes we don't erase specific, you know, EQ points. I mean, what can you do? So yeah, it's a little bit of a disaster, but you know what? It sounds good, and who cares? In the context, you know, has a snap. If I get rid of just the snare triggers, you can hear just with what's happening. Oxford drum gate that is doing a lot of taking out on these. So if I were to just bypass both of these, you can hear how much is coming through. Like right at that top, I even heard like a little bit of phase. That, like with the cymbal, I mean, even like that like takes it out. So yeah, with that snare bottom again, taking a lot of the low end information and then bringing it up in the high end, just make it have it more snappy. Wolf compressor is sitting at 50% and 26%. I mean, like nothing too crazy. Again, it's just giving enough life and enough compression to just bring it forward in the mix. Obviously, with these and the overheads, you're going to get a lot of like, you know, great sound coming through that snare.